Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Ow, ow, ow. Show them, girl, yeah. Boom, boom, bow, bow, boom, 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 bow, 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 boom, boom, bow, 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 boom, boom. Ow, grrrr, pop, 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 boom, boom. Ah, yes.
Running low on energy? Well, let's fly. This is Melville Rush. Don't clip the wings.
Hey, chill, chill.
Oh, they made me do this. Right here on IloveMelville.live.
Ha ha! Welcome back. You're right here, baby, on the Melville Rush with the Cookie Monster with Siyo Cash Money, baby.
Yes.
Money, Mali, and Esona Ndaliso.
What it do?
Ndaliso, what does Ndaliso mean?
None of your business. I'm
Okay,
just kidding.
cool.
It means 15 cents.
For real?
15 cents. What's fine?
What's funny?
Why is that funny?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it means.
50 cents.
15.
But anyway, no. We're done.
Guys are rude.
I really didn't even think it has a meaning, bro. I was
How?
playing with you. Surnames don't have meanings.
They do.
Surnames don't have meanings.
Yes, they do.
It's just a surname. It's not like
And
a
it
name.
means something.
Siyo, what does your surname mean?
See what does
Money.
money? Here's a straightforward. Oh,
Money.
exactly. Money that one.
What does your
does yours
surname
mean?
mean?
My surname.
Yeah.
It doesn't have meaning. It's just a word.
Nah, you
man.
just don't know.
But let me
No.
tell you. No, I'm gonna
You
tell you.
don't know.
I don't know what malebe means, but I know
How
what
libelate
Malebe
you are the watcher.
means. You know, like when they make a mistake. Oh yeah, right. That could mean. So Tato says it could mean the watcher, malebe. Right? I don't know. I don't know. I never-
Libella, how libelate.
Guys, it's a surname. It's a surname. I never thought surnames are supposed to have meaning. You know what I
So a
mean?
surname is like a derivative of a name, right? So your that was probably your ancestor's name.
Is
it?
Yes.
You learn something new every day. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's why
Esona
do you think there are
Ndaliso.
people whose names are like, I don't know, like
Maho.
Huh?
Like they have the same surname as their name.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
like Ranaka.
Ranak.
yeah, it's like because there's different families within a tribe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Kwandali, so Kwa Sbanban, Kwa Shaka, Kwa,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And then they have descendants.
Okay.
And so that's how you identify those descendants. That okay.
Whoa.
Sbanban, Wakwa.
I just thought like Home Affairs did it so they can know who everyone is, you know,
No.
like
Like in Europe, right? Ireland,
Yeah.
they have like surnames like O'Neill.
yeah, I know
O'Connor,
about
yeah.
that. The
which
O'Connors.
is like of Neil,
yeah.
of Connor. So
Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
of Neil.
Yeah.
Okay,
With them
okay.
I knew. Them when I knew. I guess Africans don't know much about being African. But look, time right now is 11:05. Let's go straight into the news with Esona Ndaliso. Here we go.
It's top of the hour. Time for news on IloveMelville.live.
Good morning, everybody. The time now is 11:06. I am Esona Ndaliso with your news bulletin. ENCA reports that the extradition trial of the self-proclaimed prophet Shepherd Bushiri and his wife is expected to begin in Malawi. Chief Resident Magistrate Patrick Chirwa had refused to recuse himself. The Bushiri's lawyers had objected to his handling of the case, citing possible bias. The Bushiri's defense says the extradition request is incomplete as the South African government has apparently not provided documentary evidence or court records to show the advancement of the case there. In other news, E-Online reported that over the weekend, because Kylie Jenner caught flack for donating $5,000 to a GoFundMe for makeup artist Samuel Rauda, who is reportedly recovering from injuries sustained in a car accident. Despite the monetary pledge to Samuel's medical bills, Kylie, who in 2019 was crowned the world's youngest self-made billionaire, was criticized for also encouraging her social media followers to donate. On Monday, the 22nd of March, Kylie took to her Instagram story to set the record straight on the debacle, explaining that her donation actually helped complete the GoFundMe's initial goal of raising $10,000.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important for me to clear up this false narrative that I've asked fans for money and I'm not paying for my makeup artist's medical bills, she wrote. Sam isn't my makeup artist and unfortunately we don't have a personal relationship anymore, but I've worked with him a few years ago and I think he's the sweetest. Aww. Okay.
You know, sorry for disturbing your news.
Yeah.
America has the craziest medical bills ever.
Yes.
I don't understand how they come up with like these numbers, you know. It's wild. It's wild. So like, for instance, you know, they spoke about how that guy needs money for his surgeries and whatever.
Yeah.
So there was a 70-year-old from Seattle who was in ICU, right? For his entire stay, his medical bill came back at $1.1 million, right? How are you paying $1 million for what's killing you? Also, that hospital, how are you charging me so much? So his bill says that he was paying $9,736 per day to be in the intensive care unit. And that was nearly $409,000 to be transformed, for his room to be transformed into a sterile room for 42 days. An extra $82,000 for a ventilator. And then nearly $100,000 for 2 days for just being in hospital. That is wild.
Sure.
That if we had to change that into South African rands, I think he paid close to like 18 million rand just to be in hospital. 18 million
Guys,
rand
no.
to be in hospital. What are they doing in America? God damn. Sorry, Esona, go on with the news there.
No, that's the end of the bulletin.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, the crazy thing here is like fans are just more like uncomfortable with the fact that you're asking your fans to donate money to this person. And I think that also goes back to what you were saying in the previous hour, that like Kylie's a billionaire, so could have donated more.
Just donate more, bro.
But I mean, still stand on what I said, is that she doesn't have to pay anything.
Hospital's making an old man pay 1.1 million. Kylie paid for him, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So that's also the thing though, is that she paid for his medical bills. And how, guys?
At
I must
least
pay
she
the
did
medical
something.
bills and also now must give you more cash.
No.
Come on.
No.
You're a billionaire.
No. No.
She's a billionaire with her own kid to feed and her own bills to pay.
How your baby's dad is freaking
But
Mr.
still,
Webster Travis Scott.
Wonderful. You don't get rich by giving away all your money.
Facts. But capitalism is indeed the way to stay rich. Anyway, let's go on with the sports there. Here's Siyo Mali with the sports, baby. Woo!
Bringing you all the sporting news. This is sports on ilovemarvel.live.
The time is 10 minutes past 11. It is the 23rd of March 2021. I am Siyo Mali with the sports headlines. In rugby news, SA Rugby pleads for 50% spectators in attempt to salvage Lions tour. In more rugby news, WPRU taken to court over 102 million rand loan. I will elaborate about this at the bottom of the hour, but now back to the Marvel Rush.
Back into the Melville Rush, baby. You're right, yeah. And it's time for the creative stuff to be going on. This is where all the... Oh, my God, yeah. I forgot about the... Yay. I've been forgetting the bum rush lately. Thank you so much for being that bird on my shoulder. It's like, hey, dude, bum rush. Anyway, tell me about the bum rush. What's up? What's trending on your side?
From my side, I've got Lobola trending on Twitter.
What are they saying about that scam of a tradition?
But what attracted my eye, someone said, put candles and like for women to realize that an engagement ring comes after Lobola has been paid. So someone responded saying, personally, I'd like a man to first ask me for my hand in marriage. He can only pay Lobola when I've agreed to it. So what do you guys think? Do you want Lobola first, then engagement ring, or engagement ring, then Lobola? Or what would you do, Kukie?
You're not getting both. I'm sorry.
Oh, I get.
No, it's not even a money. No, it's not even a money thing. It's not a money thing. I need to. when white people engage the hun, that's them. Isn't that them paying lobola by giving that really expensive ring with the really giant rock on it to tell the family that, yo, I'm marrying your daughter. That's what I'm doing. Now here comes a Kukwano from Deep Kloof who buys his girlfriend a ring, 101,000 rand. And then his uncle who sees that giant ring is like, oh my God, clearly he has money. Now it's gonna want another 100 on top of that. I'm sorry, either you're getting lobola or a ring. Pick one.
You must just.
Pick one. Lobola or ring.
Cookie, no.
Pick one. No, I'm being for real. I'm not dropping so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring or lobola. If I give you a ring, baby, it's no lobola. Your uncles will see that I already lobola at you. But if I lobola you, if I ring you, if I lobola, you get what I'm trying to
So
say.
if you pay lobola, you're still gonna have to buy the wedding ring,
A
though.
basic wedding ring.
Oh.
Just one with like a small diamond. You know, a small diamond. Need a flashlight to see it go twing.
Wow.
But if I don't lobola you, my baby is gonna wear a ring this big so that every time she walks in, hi, how are you? Oh my God, where's the bathroom? Is it
No.
over there? That's honestly, that's the kind of guy.
What do you think,
What are you
Esona?
thinking, Esona?
I don't know. I think it would. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to say. I'd have to be in that situation.
Yeah.
But obviously, lobola is because I'm a black South African. I don't think.
But what do you want first? You want him to propose first or to go pay?
Propose first.
Yeah.
Propose first.
How?
It would make sense.
We must, we must
to be
definitely
fair.
have like an agreement of what's gonna happen. But even with the ring, though, oh yeah, you gotta give me an engagement ring. I'm sorry.
You have
How
to.
am I-
Doing
No.
that with an engagement ring
No, I'm
and then a
sorry.
wedding ring.
Yeah, I tried to be liberal, but no, sorry.
Let's
It has to be-
let's
two
be
different
liberal
things.
about
One must be
this.
rose gold, one must be silver.
Shasi.
I'm telling you.
Yasi.
No,
Have you guys
but-
seen the prices of rings?
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
Yo, I get booty. Then maybe you shouldn't be getting married.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe you should be a
if you can't
bachelor.
afford a ring, maybe you
Then
shouldn't be getting
stay
married.
at
I
home.
just also
You're right.
don't think that the lobola should be that expensive.
Nah,
Do you know what I mean? If your parents are not paying for your wedding, then it shouldn't be. We shouldn't be going to like 100,000.
Perfect.
honestly,
Perfect 100,000.
no,
It's perfect.
no.
Who's paying for the
Perfect.
wedding though?
How much are we spending on the wedding?
Are your parents paying for the wedding?
No. Who's
I
paying
so
it?
now the boyfriend has to, the same guy again.
Dog.
Who bought the ring?
Yes.
Poor
No.
guy.
If,
Poor guy.
if you guys are paying, if you are paying 100,000 rand for lobola,
Yeah.
then your parents, girls' parents, either need to pay for your honeymoon or deposit yen real, or pay for the wedding.
Facts. That's what I always
Okay.
say. I can't give you a big
I
wedding,
go
then I
back.
have to like take you on honeymoon, and then from that honeymoon, I have to take you to our new house. Now, also you're gonna tell me that and now I gotta buy you a car. You're killing me.
But why are you getting married to someone who doesn't have a car?
Eh?
Sis.
My honey, she was so used to like traveling with me. I never
No,
thought she'd
no,
need
she
a
must
car.
have- She
No,
must have
do
a
better.
car.
She must have my.
Honestly,
Yeah,
do
she must
better.
have her own
Guys,
car.
okay, I love this energy.
Yeah,
We
she must
maintain.
have. She must have.
When we're
your
talking
car.
about broke people tomorrow,
So does that mean?
because that's what we're talking about. Broke people.
I forgot to say that umchato.
It's cool. Eh?
We're talking about marriage.
We're talking about marriage.
Yes.
We're talking about being broken in marriage.
Does that mean y'all don't expect wedding proposals until you can drive? Because y'all don't even have learners.
Yo, Tato.
No, yes,
Oh,
Tato.
Tato.
I'm not
Did the
expecting.
people at home hear you, or should I repeat
No,
that
they
one?
heard me.
Yeah, hectic.
No, I'm not expecting him to propose
He's
when
a
I
real
don't have
question.
my own things. I need to have my own
I didn't
things,
hear
then
him.
propose. What did he say?
Tato says, so y'all are not expecting any proposals because y'all don't even have a malenas right now.
I'm not expecting a proposal. Jim Gaga.
Yeah.
How old am
Okay,
I?
so when do you want to get married?
When I have my things in order.
Exactly.
He
Fine.
must find me with
Nigga,
my
you
own
think you
apartment.
burning me, brother?
I must have
You
my
ain't
own
burning me,
apartment. I must have my own car.
Okay.
My
Exactly.
things must be in order. I must
Okay.
have my LD bags there. Clear kanji.
But now, what if,
Malia.
what
Then
if this guy
come and propose.
just wants to marry you? Like, today
I
he
get
proposed
you.
to
No,
you,
then I'm not
like,
ready.
yo,
I'm
Yeah.
not ready.
Okay.
Because now I'm going to be
That's
dependent on
brings
you.
you that
No,
skin
I
burger
can't be
with like a
dependent on
ring.
you.
I need to
Something.
be able to be like, look, here's my paycheck. What does yours say?
What does yours say?
Because now when I
Does
live
that
in a
matter?
certain neighborhood,
Does that matter?
It matters.
when you're married, yes, it does matter.
It does. We must put our pay slips here. Look at
Yeah.
look through the bank statements.
That's very
Yo,
superficial.
Okay, look, I was about to say that is so superficial. Okay,
It's realistic.
it's realistic
No.
as
But you
hell.
must
Nah,
know.
It's realistic as hell. But okay, here's how
I don't
I
find it
see my
realistic.
future playing out.
Mhm.
né?
Yeah.
So here's quick. Media mogul in the country. has gang sponsors. So now what if my monthly returns are like, I don't know, 2.5 million? Are you telling me I have to go show my hun that I got 2.5 million?
Yes, that's
It's
why
not
your
your
marriage
hun.
is going to work.
It's your spouse. It's not your husband.
Your parents' marriage is still working today because they're honest financially also.
Oh!
They know
Yeah,
how
but-
much one gets
You know
every
what this
month.
sounds like? This
What?
sounds like if like you were dating Siyo and
Yeah.
y'all hit the club together, and you may be spending like 30K
Yeah,
in the club on that particular night,
yeah.
and then Knock Music walks in and he spends 100K.
She's gonna play with Nak because Nak
She
is
gonna leave your ass.
100K.
No, but
Leave
how
your
is
ass.
that what you're
Okay,
hearing?
no, that's not what I'm hearing. That's not what I'm hearing.
No, but
How is that what you're hearing?
No, what
That's
I
what it
think-
sounds
I think-
like.
But I mean,
No.
I'm with Kukie. I'm not with Nut Music. If I want Nut Music, I'll go to Nut Music.
Okay,
I'm
you know,
in love with you. I love you.
But
that's
right
not my
now,
stress.
you-
I know
you are in
women
like a
love. That's not my
situation
stress.
where-
Me, my stress is
You know,
this money, the money chat. You know, people
Okay.
people think weird when they know that there's money around. I don't want my wife to know
No,
that.
but your wife
And a month,
wouldn't.
I'm pulling
if she's
in
the perfect
2.5
one, no,
meter.
she won't.
So I'm putting in
No.
1 million. dog.
No,
But
but now you're not being honest.
I'm putting in 1 million.
And
dog.
if she has weird vibes with how much you getting earned or whatever, then leave her.
No,
The
guys.
perfect wife won't have weird things
You're
going on.
right.
It's,
You're right.
it's like it's a very simple thing and it has nothing to do with being a whatever, you're married, blah 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 blah. It's just an adult thing. If you don't
Yeah.
know how to speak about money maturely, then you need to look at your own maturity. Money is a part of life.
Yeah, it
We
is.
have bills to pay. So
Esona,
now we
Esona.
need to sit down as partners and be like, okay, this is how much we're bringing into the household. What are we buying? What are we spending that on? What are we saving? What are we
Facts.
investing in?
100%. I'm standing here, I'm sitting here, and I agree with you. Ne?
Right.
My only chat is, do you know? I've read and I've seen so many stories where a spouse got killed because of how much money they have. You know, just last time, I think about 3 weeks back, we're talking about that Han from what's this? That's Zulu show, man. Isbaya, you know,
right.
who tried to assassinate her tycoon husband. We're just talking about that.
exactly.
That's like literally one of my biggest fears. Like, what if my person knows it's said, and if I die, na uzoba
If you
said,
die, you die.
oh my god,
Dude, they are, but
But you need to be
again,
honest.
And that shit happens,
that's
yeah.
You need to be
you
honest.
can't make a blanket assumption based on people who kill.
Yeah.
People kill their parents for insurance. People kill their parents for inheritance. That happens, and it's not great. But there are some messed up people out there. But dude, if the minute it's like, if you're gonna lie about how much money you're making, what else are you lying about? Because that should be one of the most standard things.
yeah,
Where we know
When
every
we're working as a
cent
team, actually, yeah.
that's coming exactly.
Yeah.
You
Because
know
I'm
what?
not your girlfriend. I'm your wife.
You're my
I'm
wife.
building.
I
I'm
can't be
living.
hiding that
Exactly.
from you. Damn. Taking everything that Esona said,
But
taking
you
everything
know,
that
money
Siyo
talk-
said, everything that I've said and Tatra said, we can all firmly conclude that money is the root to all evil. No, money truly is the root of all evil.
No.
We're all really good people here.
Yeah.
But we just, I displayed, you just Untitled displayed, ladies, y'all being ladies about it. But we just displayed how like we become different people. Like I'm genuinely thinking of hiding my fortunes from all of my partners. There's only one hand who knew my bank account pin, how much money was. The rest, nix. Every time I put, I'm broke. Man. I'm broke. I don't have money, you know.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know, man. I don't know. Money is a problem. Money is a problem. I got issues. That's how we wrap up the Bomb Rush. Tell us, how do you feel about what's money to you? And that was not even Sia's conversation. Sia's conversation is, what comes first to you? Is it lobola or
The
is the
engagement
ring? Which one do you want first? Do you want to be engaged or do you want to be lobola? Do talk to us on our social media platforms. YouTube, I Love Melville, Space Love. Twitter at I Love Melville L. Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at I Love Melville.live. And of course, our WhatsApp is 066 013 4229, man. Hashtag Melville Rush. We want to jump onto the conversation that we're supposed to have today. And that is the creatives' guidelines on how to handle the PR crisis during the cancel culture era. Esona.
What up?
Esona.
What up? What up?
Apparently, you researched, bruh. Did you research? Let's see. Thesis. Let's talk about what chat. Talk to us.
Oh my gosh, guys. Yes, welcome to the Creative Guidelines. And today I'm going to be talking about protecting your brand.
Okay.
How do you grow as an entity, as a brand online during social media, during this huge cancel culture situation that we're having on right now. So we've spoken about cancel culture quite a few times here on the Melville Rush. And one thing I think we haven't spoken about is how do we protect ourselves? How do we avoid it? And should it happen that you find yourself in a social media crisis, how do you handle it? Really? So it's more PR related, right? But I think some of these points can really speak to like individual people, because there's people online who are individual brands. So it's not a huge company or an organization. This can also help you out with social media, right? So we basically have like a few steps on how to avoid all of this drama or how to handle situations should they happen. Now, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is monitor and listen, right? So this really speaks to a social media listening service that can reveal an emerging PR crisis before complaints reach a critical threshold and before the media contacts you. So there's actual services that you can get on social media that will kind of alert you or give you some kind of signal that, okay, we're headed towards like a PR crisis.
Okay.
Right?
It's about to hit the fan.
Yes. So this is how you kind of monitor it, right? So a subscription media monitoring service provides access to specialized expertise, superior technology, and objective analysis. It is important to look beyond brand mentions and analyze sentiment and understand viewpoint of critics before responding. In other words, it's not enough to aggregate data about media mentions. It's crucial to actually read the content, right? And the next step is to focus on your key message. And this is actually something a lot of people get wrong on social media. Cancel culture is it's like a cancer, and it's easy to catch on. It's easy for it to fester into something that you really had no intention. There's a lot of celebrities, there's a lot of figures out there who get cancelled for a misunderstanding, like when you actually go back and trace what was mentioned, what was said, and
big misunderstanding.
Oh, I don't think this person meant this. You know, but because a good example of this is Kevin Hart, right? When there was a whole Kevin Hart situation and his tweets from over a decade ago, he mentioned that he had apologized for those tweets. But at the time, the way he handled it was, I've already apologized about this. I'm not going to mention it again. This is like, why are we still talking about this? This was 10 years ago, and he actually ended up getting fired from his hosting gig for the Academy Awards. It's a huge thing. Because the Academy sat him down, they were like, you're either going to apologize or you're not hosting. For those of you who don't know, the Academy Awards, it's such a huge deal, especially for comedians. Because not a lot of comedians get to host the Oscars. And Kevin Hart was like, you know what, whatever. He released a statement and then he walked out on the Oscars. And was like, you're not going to give me an ultimatum. The issue with that was not the fact that he was frustrated. It's the fact that he didn't realize the sensitivity of his comments regarding the LGBTQIA plus community. And again, even though he apologized about it, his reaction and how he handled it made it worse, where people were like, we're gonna boycott this guy. Not sure if it worked, because he still ended up making a lot of money.
He's Kevin Hart, bro.
Exactly.
You can't really boycott Kevin Hart.
You can try, but
you can try.
Again,
you can't get close.
So an article in Forbes mentions that, when addressing difficult subjects, formulate your communication in a way that addresses the controversy at hand, but focuses more on conveying positive sentiments than calling additional attention to negative topics. So with that situation, instead of saying, I already spoke about this, leave me alone, a simple, I'm really sorry, I was younger back then, I was really stupid and ignorant, I should have done better, I apologize. That's
you could
focusing.
avoid like a lot of things.
Yes.
Exactly.
Do you guys know a guy called Ashton Dumas Noel Simmons?
That's a long name.
Well, his
It
name is
is.
Daniel Caesar when he's on stage.
Oh.
If y'all can remember, Daniel Caesar got cancelled a couple years ago. In 2019, to be frank, he got cancelled. And it goes back to that conversation that you had about it's just misunderstandings. You know, like you get cancelled through misunderstandings. So around March 2019, I remember Twitter was going crazy over some girl called Yes Jules. Yeah, I got a white girl like Yes Jules. So Yes Jules is a beautiful white girl, body made out of, I don't know, marble. It's beautiful. She's beautiful.
Okay.
She's a DJ, right? But people were like, you know what? Yes, Jules, we're tired of you, bro. We're tired of you because all you ever do is steal from black people. You know, all you ever do is exploit black people, from your style to the sound.
Okay.
Everything about you, Yes, Jules, is fake. And Yes, Jules had a fight with some guy called Scotty Beam and Karen Civil. We were talking on Twitter, da. And of course, we're talking about how she's exploiting black people. So Daniel Caesar, being a good guy, I mean, you've heard his music, it's so soft. He's a good guy. And he's also friends with Yes Jules, right?
Yes.
He went on Twitter and he told people, please, guys, please, back off. Leave Yes Jules, you know? She's just another human who's trying to make it. He was looking at the positives of like, guys, this girl's not even bothering no one. All she's doing is stealing a little bit of black culture. She ain't doing none. And then black people are like, oh! You wanna defend this white devil? Ooh, we will show you. We will cancel you. And they canceled him. They canceled him. He dropped the song. This was sad news. He dropped the song, I think early last year, before COVID hit. His record only sold 3,000 copies worldwide. 3,000 copies world. People really canceled Daniel. They're like, we're done. We're done. We don't need you no more. So all because of a small misunderstanding. You know, like let's sit down and listen to what the boy has to say. You know, but yeah, I get what you mean.
I feel like just delete Twitter because Twitter has so much power.
Yeah.
And
delete.
you can't, and it's clear from the fact that people can dig and find tweets from decades ago. There's no escaping that.
Delete Twitter, guys.
So before I continue with the rest of my points, I think it's time for me to do the headlines.
Yes,
but I
it
will
is.
come back and finish.
Definitely.
The points.
How to protect your brand.
How to protect your brand.
It's top of the hour. Time for news on ilovemarvel.live.
Good morning, everybody. The time
Morning,
now
morning,
is
Esona.
11:29.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Esona
Esona.
Dalisa.
Good morning.
Good.
Yeah, so good,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Esona Daliso here with your news headlines. ENCA reports a 16-year-old pupil from a KwaZulu-Natal high school has been sentenced to 3 months in prison for missing her court appearance. Damn, that's intense. In other news, reported by E! Online, Anna Faris explained why her natural competitiveness contributed to her divorces from actors Chris Pratt and Ben Indra, admitting she did not want to reveal vulnerability to either husband. I will elaborate on these headlines in the next hour. But for now, I'm going to pass over to your sports bulletin with Siyo.
Bring you all the sporting news. This is sports on ilovemarvel.live.
The time is 11:30. It is the 23rd of March 2021. I am Siyo Mali with the sports bulletin. In rugby news, WPRU taken to court over 112 million loan. Western Province Rugby Union's scored flight deal took a turn for the worse when the property company subsidiary Dreamworld Investments filed court papers to recover 112 million loan to the union. According to Rugby365.com, Dreamworld filed formal papers at the Western Cape High Court last Friday to claim back the 112 million it lent to Western Province Rugby Union, who used the loan to pay off monies owed to previous equity partners Rainbow and Investec. Western Province had struck a deal with Flight Property Investments last year for the development of Newlands Rugby Stadium, which they vacated at the end of 2020-2021 top flight season to take up occupation of the Cape Town Stadium. Western Province Rugby Union President Zaltamaris called it the deal of the century at the time of penning his signature to the agreement. However, the union tried to pull off the deal not long after, plunging the province into further administration chaos that could lead to lengthy and costly court battles. With the redemption of the deal in December, the union should have already paid back the money, but has not, the gag told rugby365.com. The deadline for the payment has in fact passed. If the payment is not made before then, the court will hand down judgment in the legal proceedings. In more rugby news, SA Rugby pleads for 50% spectators in attempt to salvage Lions tour. SA Rugby President Mark Alexandra has reportedly pleaded with Sports Minister Natim Tetwa to allow 50% spectator entry at stadiums for the British and Irish Lions tour. Alexandra and fellow SA Rugby bigwigs are fighting desperately to make sure the Lions tour takes place in South Africa, but they would prefer it's done with spectator involvement. Sunday weekly newspaper Robert report that Mtetwa, who said in February, as the country was easing to level 1 of lockdown, that it was too early to talk about fans return to stadiums, had received similar requests for 50% games attendance allowance from other sporting federations. Alexandra estimates that about 6.6 million rand would be lost to South African economy if the Lions tour was held in the UK, as presently being discussed, and that the tour would aid the economy to get back on track after COVID-19 havoc. The Lions tour will help our economy get back on track and also help the tourism industry overcome the negative effects brought by COVID-19 pandemic, as well as stop the loss of staff through retrenchments, Alexandra told reports. All sectors of our society must help the economy get back on track. Recently, SA Tourism CEO Sisan Jona told Sport 24 that they would rather have the tour held here in SA, even without spectator involvement, than they have played in various parts of the UK. Thank you so much. Those were the sports bulletin with me, Siyo Mali, and the news headlines with Esona. But now, back to the Melville Rush.
Back into the rush, baby. We're talking about cancel culture in this very, very tricky time that we're living in. How to avoid it, because there is so much that can get you cancelled out there. Ne? Esona,
Yes, sir.
boring, baby. But I just want to talk about this a little bit. Ne?
Okay.
To like add more meat to the story that I came up with, that I told you all about. So how it all started was that Yes Jules posted a very controversial shirt. So Yes Jules went on Instagram to post a shirt that said "niggas lie a lot." Gotta keep in mind that she's white.
Yeah.
né? She's wearing a shirt that says "niggas lie a lot," and the caption was, "Would it be okay if I wore this shirt?" Right? That's what she said. And then everyone fought her. They're like, "Oh no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. You definitely will not." Right?
Yeah.
And then she went on to appear on a podcast that's called Easily Offended, right? And the podcast was run by the people that she was beefing with on Twitter, which are Scotty Beam and Karen Civil, right? Whom are both black women. So while they were talking on the show, Yes Jules told them that you guys were trying to get me banned from the Miami Rolling Loud Festival, and then they said no, that's false. And there comes Daniel Caesar into the picture. Oh my God, it gets funny. Trust. So Daniel Caesar was drunk. Here's what's happening. Daniel Caesar was drunk.
Yeah.
And then he went on Twitter and he was like, "Why are we allowed to be disrespectful and rude to everybody else? When anybody returns any type of energy to us, we automatically say that's not equal. Come on, black people." And then he went on to say, "I don't want to be treated like I can't take a joke." Yeah, sure. White people have been mean to us in the past. And we went on, didn't we? But what are we going to do about it now? Are we just going to sit there and not do anything as society like we're not at the top? You know what? You can't win. You can't win the game by choosing not to accept the winning team's strategy. Join the winning team. His last tweet, he went on to tell people that, "Yo, look, I don't care if y'all don't support me. I know the numbers work for themselves. I know I got fans who support me." Reason why he said this is because he had been nominated. He had 3 Grammy nominations and he actually won for Best Part with Her. So Daniel was at the top of the world. He felt as if nothing can touch me. Nothing's going to cancel me. Then you know what? People were like, "Oh, we'll show you."
All right.
No one bought his stuff. He was expected to sell between 24,000 to 27,000 units in the first week. He only sold 3,000, baby. He only sold 3,000. That's how powerful cancel culture is. Esona, tell
And
me,
also, it's
how can I avoid
important
this,
for
man?
celebrities to understand that mansion you're living in, dog.
We bought it.
My 10 rand.
I bought it. I bought you that.
I bought it, man, and just as easily as I bought it, I can stop buying
I
it.
can kick you out, bro.
Maliampel.
Casper can move in there with you, chief.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. I can go there with my bags and be like, Casper, I'm ready, dog. I was there at Philip, Baba. I paid for this. Follow me in there. You know what I'm saying? But
So yes, which is actually a really good segue to the next point, and that is when to defend the brand.
Okay.
This is a very also another important point because a lot of the time our human nature kicks in and we just instantly want to get defensive. That's problematic because when you're passionate in that moment, you're not always thinking from a business point of view. You're not thinking from a professional point of view. You're thinking of these people are tarnishing my name.
Yeah.
And
First
so
things first.
when you feel like your character is being attacked, initially you want to no, hell no.
Defense mode.
You know,
yeah.
That's how people. Have you ever gotten into a fight because you were defending your friend?
Yeah.
Now you have a black eye.
Yeah.
You weren't
Or
even
you the
involved.
bad guy.
Or you seem like the bad guy, and that's a really good example that you just mentioned with Daniel Caesar, and like something that had nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
Yes, Jules, they're friends, but that has nothing to do with his brand.
Zero.
And so he defended her, but in a very messy way.
It's very
In a way where
there's no way to defend anyone who's going through cancel culture without it being
there
messy.
is no way.
It's
That's
always
true.
going to be messy. I was telling y'all about the time my friend was on the list. Remember that rapist list?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
I was telling you about the time he was on the list. As soon as I tried to say that's not my friend, he would never do that. People were like, shut up. Friends of the same feather flock together.
And
you probably know that
yeah.
this is what he does. You know, it's really hard
Yes.
to defend someone without being messy, bro.
Okay.
You're always gonna be
Can I
messy.
give you some advice?
Give me some advice.
Not
I
on that
need
though, but so because for an organization's under fire, it's very important for you to defend your reputation and set the record straight by presenting the truth, by pressing the truth, right? So that is not how you handle it.
Okay.
You don't say, "Oh no, he's my friend. I know he will know."
Okay.
Yeah.
You press the truth, which means shut up. When the truth comes out, it's gonna come out. And sometimes,
So let the
unfortunately, it does
deal
take
with
a
it.
long time
Yeah.
to come out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes years for the truth to come out, but eventually it will. And when it does, all you have to do is present it. And another mistake that people do when they present the truth is they add the "I told you so" to it.
yeah,
That's another thing that can get you cancelled. Don't do that. Just present the truth and move on with your life. You don't have to be arrogant about it because you will get cancelled again.
Yeah, quick.
Because people will always find a reason for you to do that. And the article also says nobody has the information that you do, and they don't have they don't have the desire to make sure that your company survives the way that you do. So it's important to always think of that first, which is a really good segue again, and that will bring us to the enforcing morality clauses. Okay, so here it says the use of a well-drafted morality clause can not only act as a deterrent for potentially damaging conduct from a party, but can also provide an invaluable options for immediate distancing or public separation from the scandalized brand in order to preserve project value or protect the other party. So, in the case of Daniel Caesar, because that's our example now, is yes, your friend is being targeted, publicly targeted. How do you handle that? How do you protect your brand while also protecting your friend? You cannot.
I was about
Don't
to say
tweet
post
drunk.
good pictures of your friends
No.
doing charity work there.
No.
Go to an orphanage and be like,
Ooh.
does this guy look like a Batman?
You can't
Joke.
treat people like they're idiots, and they're gonna catch on to that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you try. Okay, really? Don't tweet drunk.
Don't tweet
Yeah.
drunk.
That's the first thing.
Under any
Right.
influence, don't tweet.
And it's important that when you're addressing stuff like this, don't come from like a personal point of view. Simply because when you're defending your friend, it's like what I said before, is that sometimes you just see red.
Yeah.
And
always.
so it's passionate, and when it's passionate, there is no logic behind it. There's no reasoning, and it's important for brands, especially when you have a brand of your own, to have morality clauses. These are the stuff that automatically you separate yourself from the situation, right?
So what does
I don't
morality
believe-
clause do?
That's it's more like, okay, cool. A morality clause will be the type of thing where I don't stand for this,
Yeah.
right? I don't stand for white people saying the N-word.
Yeah.
There, I can't defend that. However, this is my friend, right?
Yeah.
And I understand the wrong in what she did or what she said or how she handled the situation. Unfortunately, I can't just leave her out to hang dry.
Okay.
Okay. Obviously, society needs to do what it needs to do to protect people, because saying, sure, white people have been mean to us in the past, no, that's oversimplifying it. And that's also being insensitive to the fact that racism is a real thing. Racism creates trauma and people get triggered, rightfully so. A white person cannot ask me if you can wear a t-shirt with the N-word. What are you trying to do? What do you mean? Can you
Worse,
wear it?
worse. A T-shirt that says "niggas lie a lot."
And no, you know what you're doing when if you have to ask that
Yeah.
question. Come on,
Yeah, you know
You know
you're
what
fucking
you're trying
up.
to
You
portray.
know,
you know
Yeah.
what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Don't defend that behavior.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if she's a lovely person, whatever. She messed up, and you need to be able, as a person, as people respect brands that know, like. We know what Daniel Caesar stands for. Like, the reason people respect Jay-Z so much and not Kanye is because Kanye is all over the place.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Jay-Z, you know that guy. Jay-Z doesn't speak a lot,
And when he
but
does,
Jay-Z, you know what he stands for as
Yeah.
an entity, as a brand. That's why people love the Carters, because Jay-Z is not going to go with a microphone and talk nonsense. Jay-Z is going to go bail out those protesters.
yeah,
That's what he's going to do. That's what his brand's going to do.
the Carters
Jay-Z is
don't
gonna-
show themselves unless they actually have
Yeah.
something
Exactly.
crucial
They
to
don't
do.
talk. That's the thing.
Yes,
They're
they
not
have
here.
to.
They're in control of their narrative.
Yeah.
So the rumors there's a lot of rumors about the Carters.
Yeah.
But what do? They don't go on Twitter like, no, this is nonsense. No. What Jay-Z is going to do is he's going to send black kids to school. That's what the Carters are going to do. And that's how you protect and defend your brand. And that's where morality clauses come in, is that
Okay.
we know what that brand stands for. Rock Nation doesn't associate themselves with nonsense. Because at the very top, you see what the leaders of those brands are doing. And the last point here is you need to seek expert help.
Yeah.
I know not a lot of people can afford this, but nonetheless, all right. So both attorneys and PR crisis management consultants urge companies to seek their expertise. A PR firm that specializes in crisis PR can help guide the organization through a challenging situation, often working in tandem with an in-house or outside attorney to minimize legal exposure. In today's omnipresent cancel culture, all organizations are at risk. Wary brands now continuously monitor social media, prepare PR crisis communication plans, and build relationships with legal and crisis. This means consult people before you post anything. If you have the luxury of having access to experts such as PR managers or whatever.
Esona, why
What's
does
up?
it sound like the moral of the story is don't have social media?
Don't have social media. That's
Why
why I said in
does
the
it sound
beginning.
like that?
Don't have Twitter.
Because
I would say-
everyone's issues are really because they're acting wild on social media. It's been a
Yeah.
while. It's been a minute since we heard a celebrity was drunk at the Grammys or a celebrity was
Yo.
kissing someone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
It's always, oh my God, someone
Mang
so and so
tweeted.
said this.
Yeah.
So and so
Tweeted this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay away from Twitter. That's
Stay
the moral
away.
of the story.
I would say the moral of the story, similar to that, but if you're a big brand and you can afford to have a team of people, don't handle your own social media.
Yeah.
If
But
you
I
look
want
at
to tweet, guys. I
No.
want
You wanna
to
tweet,
I want
though.
to tell
Social
everyone
media's
that,
not
oh,
No.
my girlfriend is so annoying and I'm drunk right now.
No.
I want
But-
to. I want to be
No,
But that's
messy.
not good for your brand.
that's
as
not
well.
good for your brand. Don't mess with your money.
Yeah.
Beyonce doesn't post her own stuff. Contrary to what anyone believes,
Yeah,
that's not her.
It's
Trust me.
it's like I remember she posted something on Instagram and people were shaking on Twitter like, oh my God, Beyonce just posted after so long. And I think it was a picture of Rumi and the other one. You know,
But even that, it's not her on the phone, dog. I would literally go as far as saying I don't even think she has her login details.
Yeah, she probably
She
doesn't
literally
even
is
know.
like, I want that picture out there, and then you guys handle the rest.
Caption, how many
That's
people
why her
see
social
it.
media is clean. It's not messy.
Yeah.
Because
She
there's
really-
legals, there's PR people, there's a whole team dedicated to making sure that you don't.
Wena Maria, o batho ba influencer, o dutse kwa go ntlong. O tweeta matlakala, rubbish. You know, Beyonce doesn't even do her own stuff, B.
No.
You out here talking about, oh my God, cancel Tepo doesn't like me. Hey, Maria,
No.
please, focus.
Maria
focus.
Podesta, man.
I hope she was listening, eh?
I really hope you were listening, and I really hope that I
she's
helped you guys, and maybe I taught you guys something. Maybe you guys can teach us as
You
well.
taught me. Oh,
Yeah,
you see, when it comes to Twitter, guys, I miss you. Like I made this new Twitter account because my old one, I had it when I was still a grade 9 student. You know,
Yeah.
I know I was probably saying some controversial stuff there. I probably spoke about gay people, and yeah, I probably made those kind of jokes. You know, and I'm gonna pull up one day. Deep there in the media industry, telling people, yeah, I'm Cookie Monster, and then they're gonna be like, oh, you're the Cookie Monster who used to call himself Blaster Master on Twitter, talking about how you don't like fat girls in your car because they ruined the suspension on your whip. Is that you? I tweeted that one time. I remember, and I've been looking for something deleted. I can't find it, you know.
Yeah.
But I
find
remember
it.
Me
tweeting
too.
something about, I don't like no fat girls in my car. They ruined the suspension of my whip. I'm sorry.
Rubbish.
That time I was
I'm
weighing
scared.
132 kilograms myself. I was a big hand myself, but I'm not just talking about big
Yes.
hands. Crazy stuff.
Don't throw stones when you live in a glass house.
I'm
Yeah,
swag.
bro.
Yeah. Ba, 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 ba. There we go.
And
The
that is
horn,
how
baby.
I wrap up the creatives guidelines.
Yeah. Who are celebrities, in your opinion, you feel like they are on the brink of getting cancelled? Who comes to your mind? This one on the brink of being cancelled.
Cancelled.
Mm.
A lot of them have been cancelled.
Okay.
But I mean, when you
I was about
go
to say like this. For example, you know how every time AKA is dealing with something,
Yeah.
his close friend is Twitter. Yeah.
Mm.
AKA will tweet us what's happening in his life. AKA told us about the rocks that he found and he was breaking up with Bonang. AKA told us how he will beat some other Peru up of mine that I love very much. He just goes to Twitter often when his heart is not in the right place.
Yeah.
So that's one celebrity I feel like you're on. One mistake, Chief. One mistake, we are gonna get rid of you quick. I feel like AKA might lose it all. But then someone close to me was like, AKA would never get cancelled because AKA appeals a lot to the hood. He appeals a lot to black people because AKA will rap in English and then Bula Boot for some song, some vernac, you know, a little vernacular will make black people go, he's one of us. So I feel like even though he does say some controversial stuff, he knows his people. He knows his market, people who will retweet and kiki to the rubbish. So he might get cancelled. But then again, he will not get cancelled. So that's kind of the question I wanted to know. Who do you think is like, a celebrity who might go through something like that? So, and it's crazy, the only person who's coming to my mind right now is AKA. Other celebrities in our country are very relaxed.
They okay.
Him, Tiki Maswai.
Yeah, Tiki
Yabolo.
Maswai. Yeah.
Tiki Maswai.
AKA is, look, he's always getting cancelled, and I don't think that affects his pocket in any way.
No, it doesn't.
Tiki Maswai, on the other hand, girl,
Damn.
girl, please.
I seen your hair, girl.
I
seen your hair, girl.
You-
Hey, I want to be talking that reckless about
AKA,
you.
dude, AKA can do that because his career is pretty stable.
Yeah.
He's not, but like his career is. The other lady, guys,
Damn, it's quite cold in the studio. Damn.
You're
Damn.
controlling the aircon though.
Oh, my bad. It's freezing. Why y'all not talking about how cold it is in here?
Because the aircon hits you directly.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, time right now is 11:51, baby. Esona was talking to us about how to not get cancelled. Give us crucial tips over there. Very, very crucial. Nah. Number one, the only one that I stay away from social media. That's the only one. Stay away.
Yeah, stay
from
away.
social media. If you get tired and you want to tweet about something that you know mail, if they start fighting you, don't tweet about it. Don't even.
Or get a
don't-
PR team.
Get a PR team
Anyone.
so that your PR team can tell you, no, stupid, we're not talking about that.
Yeah,
You know,
we're not
the
posting
PR
that.
team will like help you out. They will stand by your side and they will tell you what not to do. You know, don't jump on davas that you don't know. You know, a conversation that I feel like should always be avoided on social media.
Yeah.
Anything to do with race, anything to do with the LGBTQ plus community, anything to do with
Yeah.
abafazi, GBV.
Yeah.
Please,
Just
don't.
don't.
That one is deep, man. And I like how women always be commenting, be like, again, indoda, endabeni zabafazi, ugqoke ipaint njengathi, commenting on the situation. So I always try my best whenever, no matter how much knowledge I could have on a situation, ne, if it's regarding women, I will not even fuck my 2 cents on it because I know,
Just keep
I
quiet.
know they will come at me. I remember some guy, they called him Constable Kuku. What were they calling? What they say? Constable Kuku, Professor Eddie Pussy, something. You know, like alliterations.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
of just being headmaster.
Yeah.
China. You know, so they were like, no, please, sir. Next time when you see us talking about this on the TL, mind your damn business. Don't be trying to play. So yeah, that's how we wrap it up, right, Esona?
Yes, sir.
Siyo, you ready for the third hour?
Definitely.
Esona, you ready for the third hour?
Always.
I'm ready for the third hour. And it's going to be amazing. So stick right there. Remember to keep us going with your conversations. You know, keep the conversation flowing and going. Because without you, it's just 3 of us talking to each other. Oh, well, that's amazing to me. But anyway, I'd still like to talk to you. Hit us up on all our social media platforms, which Esona is going to give you.
On Twitter, we're I Love Melville L. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It's I Love Melville.live. Our WhatsApp number is 066-013-4229. And you can catch us on YouTube as well at I Love Melville Live.
Yeah, baby. Bless, our stuff is being posted as soon as we speak. They get them there. If not, you must go on Twitter and find a guy called Matthew Beta, and fight and be like, hey, where's the stuff, bruh? Where's the stuff? You must fight Matthew. But anyway, part 2 done. Part 3 coming right up. Let's go.